Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, all alike. You are my fans. You are my beautiful Jhammaster J fans. I just want to come out and just say hello to every one of you. I've worked so hard on this. I spent nearly a week listening to the game discography non-stop. And if you are here to know what my opinion is, well, here it is. From 7 to 1, from Documentary 1 to 1992. I'm not including any of Game's other projects, underground albums, mixtapes, whatever you call it, because that's too much. That's just too much he's got out there. But yeah, I've listened to so much of his studio albums alone, and it's enough for me to say no. Let's just get to the regular albums. Now I created a couple of mini clips for Instagram for my fans to watch, and just to see how they are. And I plan this is probably going to be the hardest video I'll ever work on, depending on how long this comes out. But I'm just letting you know I'm like a huge Game fan. Before, I wasn't really into the game until later years. Let me tell you about the game's history, actually. The game, is obviously a Compton rapper. Guy came out of Compton, not giving you too much of his discography. It's there, it's on there. He, obviously he was discovered by Dre, signed to Aftermath, and they decided to give Game a nice West Coast feel, but also they wanted to help Game out and, have him get structured in Aftermath. Though, since Game was already hood, they decided, Dre decided, let's put him in G Unit to give him a nice buzz, so G Unit can be strong as a collective. You got 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, and Tony Ayo from the north. You put, the northeastern. You put Young Buck in there, who's from the south. You give it a nice south field, and then you put the Game in there, and you get a nice west field, and G Unit's taking over the United States, and it's at the forefront of, it's literally at the forefront of the rap right now, hip-hop. The problem was, when Game released his first album, problems arose from lots of history that y'all can look up on. When you look it up, Game explains it on certain songs, certain beef song. Tensions grew, Game and G Unit started beefing, and unfortunately Game ended up getting kicked out of G Unit, and Game had to go on his career for the rest of his tenure. Unfortunately, Game hit some snags here and there, but he had some albums here and there. But bottom line is, as a Compton rapper, Game, learned to be an MC on his own. Now, Game is a name already. Game's hot. He's a hot prospect. And me as a Game fan, I never took the Game. After Doctor's Advocate and around LAX, I felt bad for the Game. I was rooting for him. And then later on, I started taking him less seriously, because I felt like Game at one point was a disappointment to California. But then later on, I noticed the good that the Game does for his community, that I always give him credit for, and eventually he even came out with certain music that I really started to enjoy. And since 1992 and Pest Control, which were aimed at Meek Mill, I just became a Game fan altogether. So I wanted, as a matter of fact, listening to some of the tracks from 1992 and 92 Bars and Pest Control, I wanted to really go back into the Game and listen to all of his music and see what he was capable of doing. And I have to say, I slept on the Game for years. Game really gets busy, and this has prompted me to do album reviews for this guy, for his studio albums at least. The Game was just so good at what he did and helping California get put. This guy doesn't get a lot of credit people like myself thought of him as a disappointment, when in reality, this guy really was a big part of California. You know, he put some people from California on, and it's just like he doesn't get the respect that he deserves. So in this video, I'm going to give him all the respect that I can give him in any video. This video, obviously you can tell, is probably going to be a long video, but I'm going to try to condense it as much as I can. And without further ado, if it really gets long, I might even have to cut some parts out. But we'll figure that out when we're on the road. And without further ado, we're going to rate this album from 7 to 10. And here we go. Number 7 is Doctor's Advocate. This album was Game's album after he left G-Unit. This is his sophomore album that was released, I believe, around 2006. Did well, made some numbers, you know, and for the most part had a lot of people in the industry that featured on certain parts of his album, especially One Blood Remix, that I didn't even know. You know what I mean? Just to throw it out there, there's the writing credit. I mean, it's just so much, you know. But the producers like DJ Khalil, D-Rock, Irvin, EP, Pope, High Tech, Jelly Roll, aka Big Baby, J.R. Rodham, Just Blaze, of course, and obviously Kanye West, Mr. Porter, aka Con Artist from D12, Knots, Reefa, Scott Storch, Swiss Beats, and will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas. The beauty of the production was just amazing, you know. But the problem is, some of the productions that they've done just couldn't connect with me, and that's why it's so low on this list, because production-wise, they sounded nice, but when you're getting my attention, I couldn't connect. And Game, lyrically, it had to take 5 or 6 listens for me to understand, like, okay, now I can follow his lyrical pattern. If you're going to listen to a Doctor's Advocate based off first reviews, don't waste your time, because you will literally be angry at yourself. That's just how it is. That's just how it's gonna be. Features are in the features, which aren't much, but you know, I'll tell you right now, most of these features I named were probably on the One Blood remix, like Bun B, Busta Rhymes, Tramillionaire, Calypse, Dion, The Dog Pound, E40, Fabulous, Fat Joe, Fergie, Jadakiss, Jamie Foxx, Ja Rule, Jim Jones, Jules Santana, Junior Reid, Kanye West, Lil Wayne, Marsh Ambrosius, Nas, Nate Dogg, Nori, Rick Ross, Slim Thug, Snoop Dogg, Styles P, Swiss Beats, T.I., Twister, WC, will.i.am, Exhibit, and Young Dro. Yeah. Now there are some writing credits on here, but we're not gonna go there. There's way too much. But the album just seemed like Game just had no direction. The album was okay, just, you know, I couldn't really get into some of the songs here, you know, and that's the sad part. Just there's only a handful of tracks that I liked, my favorite tracks, like One Blood, obviously. One Night was a beautiful beat right there, with the hook from Dion was very beautiful. Why You Hate the Game was my favorite, 9 minutes in all. Actually, Why You Hate the Game was probably one of my favorites before listening to the game. Like, the beat was just so beautiful. The end where they got all choirly, Marsha Ambrosius sings a beautiful hook. And, you know, Nas does his thing. Game did his thing too. But for the most part, you know, Scream On 'Em was my favorite, and Wouldn't Get Far was also another track that I loved, that I thought was freaking amazing. Now, one of my favorite lyrics that came out of this album, one was Scream On 'Em. The beat from Swiss Beats was just, that got my energy. that made me want to get into him, you know, off a couple of listens. Like, it was just amazing. I can tell you at least the first verse was my favorite that they got on there. No, not empty. So give me a second. I'm gonna try to get these lyrics formulated in my head. Okay. The hook was nice. He didn't have to scream too loud, but it was nice. But here we go. Homie, it's hard not to kill niggas. It's like a full-time job not to pull out the steel and shove it in your grill. Young California got that mass appeal. I summon the hoods, they get up in your ass for real. Knockout flow, winky right jab for real. And all you niggas pussy need masks and gills. See, I'm the gun cocker, one shot, I lift them off the ground. Chop 'em down like a cantaloupe. My flow the antidote. Sick flow, it's so motherfucking 6'4". Yo bitch no, hop in the back when you see Swiss ho. This that, all you niggas get off my dick so. And I could cook crack on the track and watch 'em mix slow. Cocaine, my flow fire, call it propane. Every nigga know gain 5 shots, no pain. And that's the reason why I'm shitting on you niggas. Shut me in the loony bin and I'm sicker than you niggas. Like the game spazzes. Now, favorite feature? Obviously Kanye West when he did Wouldn't Get Far. You know, the beat Wouldn't Get Far I heard on Music Choice back in 2007. And I love the beat, that the sample that Kanye West used. But then Kanye's verse right there, you know, was my favorite on them, because it's like Kanye really goes in on this track. I'm telling you, like, if you don't get it, I mean, let me remind you how it goes. Because Kanye West is my favorite rapper of all time. Out of all the people on the list, Kanye West is my favorite. Pop quiz, how many topless black foxes did I have under my belt? Like boxers, not to brag, but if I add up 1, 2, nigga, that's madness. Game, you madness. How you gonna call out all these bitches knowing damn well they gonna call me? The only dream of that ghetto prom queen was to make it to the screen, maybe get seen, maybe get chose by the nigga from a team. Head so good that he don't ask for a prenup. Now ask yourself this question: would you be with Jay-Z if he wasn't CEO, or would you be with FABO if he drove a Neo? Would you ride a Neo if he wasn't a Geo? Why the hell you think these bitches coming at me for? But since they all fall in my palm, I take a trio. Oh my goodness gracious. You want to talk about nice tracks on there. So there were some good songs, but it just, like I said, if y'all just gonna listen to this album once or twice, this album's not for you. It's not a bad album, it just lacked direction somewhere, and that was the problem with the game. And that was pretty much it for me. But on to the next album. Album number 6. This is LAX, Game's third album. Now, this album was slightly better than Doctor's Advocate. This is Game's first album with Geffen Records since he got kicked out of Aftermath from the 50 Cent G situation. It just got too messy, and they decided to just move him to a different record label where, you know, Game couldn't really mess with, Dre couldn't really mess with Game. But for the most part, this album, the production was much more beautiful, from 1500 or Nothing, Cool and Dre, the How Darien, DJ Toomp, Irvin EP, Pope, High Tech of course, Irv Gotti, I almost threw up my mouth there, Jelly Roll, aka Big Baby, JR, Rodham, Kanye West, Nobody, Knots, Scott Storch, Trackmaster, and Trey Beats. Now, with that being said, the production obviously just got that much prettier. Oh, and you forgot Travis Barker didn't really get too much credit, with the features being Bilal, Chrisette Michelle, Common, Hanya, Ice Cube, Keisha Cole, Latoya Williams, Lil Wayne, Ludacris, Nas, News, Dio, Raekwon, Raheem Devon, and Travis Barker, the drummer. He sets Dope Boy was my favorite album, with those drums that he did and the sample like that. It connected with me. Everything was beautiful, and there's a bunch of writers on this one, but we're not here to talk about that. DMX was in the intro and outro, and there was just so much beauty in this album. It just wasn't high enough because, once again, lyrical direction, it just didn't have it. With, my favorite tracks being My Life, Money, House of Pain, Let Us Live, Touchdown, Dope Boy is obviously my favorite one, Games Pain, and Big Dreams. And pretty much, you want to talk about a favorite feature verse? I actually don't have one on here. I'm sorry. Some of these features didn't really stick out, except Lil Wayne's hook from My Life, but that was just it. It was a hook. Everyone did their thing, but nothing I want to rap to you guys on. But I do remember making up for it. Game's nostalgic verse from Game's Pain and House of Pain was one of my favorites, with and also just he gets nostalgic with Game's Pain when he talks about hip hop. It's just so beautiful. But here's where I can get you from House of Pain. Catch me if you can, I'm in them old school Barkley, back in the fence, puffing on that Bob Marley, flow like a Ringo, nigga, you already know. My competition's stiffer than Ronald Reagan, let it go. Before you motherfucking vegetable, you scrap niggas too animated like Incredibles. Let the beef go around like the 26ers. It's Young Game off the flame, welcome to the House of Pain. Nigga, what about the game? Keep on playing, boy, I hop out that fucking range. Look, I ain't even asked for this fucking chain, but he took it off like Vanessa Del Rio. Now I'm on my way to Rio after I see my P.O. She's cool, she's a Leo, she ain't tripping off the weed smoke. So I'ma blow it off like the Patriots and throw up my dub cups, cause Dr. Dre made me rich. Yeah, okay, I fucked up that one. But hey, I'm trying to flow right. I can't remember the flow, I just remember the lyrics. With a couple of help, but hey, it's all good. You just sound so much better when the game does it. But pretty much, Dope Boys is my favorite. Hop out that Pyrex pot, fresh Air Force 2s and them white matching socks, and a white tube top. Oh man, but LAX was a nice album. I just wish it had more lyrical structure. The production didn't lose me like Doctor's Advocate did. But yeah, on to the next album, Jesus Piece. Now this was a controversial album from the album cover, Jesus holding a chain. Obviously religious people got in their feelings. Who cares? This is Gabe's first album. Last album he had with Interscope when he came back. Because I believe they gave him like 2 album deal. And on this one, Game has his first concept where it's about, having two sides and trying to be you and not, someone you're not. With features being 2 Chainz, Big Sean, Chris Brown, Common, Elijah Blake, Fabulous, Future, Meek Mill, Jamie Foxx, J. Cole, Young Jeezy, Jeremiah, JMSN, Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, Kingship, K. Roosevelt, Lil Wayne, Pusha T, Rick Ross, Tank, Trey Songz, Tyga, and Wiz Khalifa himself, with the producers being Antoine Amadeus Thompson, Black Metaphor, Boy Wonder, Cool, DeJuan Parker, Dr. Dre from Cool and Dre, Jake One, Jay Rhodes, K. Roosevelt, The Maven Boys, Pooh Cat, S1, Sap, Stefan Kozminiuk, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, and Young Lad. There's some writers on here. Obviously, some we wrote their verses, some we wrote the beat, some we wrote the flow, but we're not here to say that Game don't write his rhymes. We're just here to say these are the writing credits that were given on this album. And my favorite tracks becoming Ale Boombaye, Jesus Peace, Church, All That. My favorite 2, Heaven's Arm and Name Kin, as well as Can't Get Right and Hallelujah with Jamie Foxx. Now, this album was a nice album. The production was a little cheap because of how much they spent on the Red album, that they were not able to recuperate as much. Jesus Peace, this was good. The beat was good, the concept was good. Lyrically, the Game was more sharper than he was. My only beef with this album, why it's not higher, is the fact that lyrically, Game was still distracted by the features. Game had this thing where the only albums with 92 and Doctor's Advocate, ironically, where Game threw features to distract the fans from us, which, it takes away from him. And sometimes you just can't put features in there because some will outdo you, like Pusha T did on Name Me King. And the only time you did stand out was Heaven's Arm. But I felt like had Game not doing the features, this could have been a much more decent album. But without further ado, let's look at the standout tracks, like Pusha T's Name Me King verse, which was really amazing, and you gotta get into this. Like, I suggest you listen to this song because Pusha T does his thing on here, and it's just so beautiful. Like, here we go. First, the hook. Open the pearly gates, bright white lights, Madonnas, angels lined up in my honor, your honor. Yeah. Name me king. Yeah. Name me king. I took the crown, infiltrated their fortress, kidnapped the king, rode away on white horses. Yeah. Name me king. Oh my god, but then when he went into the verse, man. Raise a glass for the last of the kingpin. The crown and the Maserati grill is mingling. Roll these crosses ocean like Frank out of England. The gay pride bezel rainbow like it's spring again. Ha! Crack rock, nigga. My SC 430 was a drop, nigga. Go figure. This nigga played goldfish. My only pet was a fish scale, not a goldfish. My younger babysitter, now I'm an old bitch. Blowjob cause of what I sold made her nose itch. Yuck. It's the king being crowned. Watch my predecessor fall like the sun going down. It's sunset. This is Sun Tzu. He paved the way. I bought a ton through. Whew. Been on his heel like a gumshoe. He took the throne so I could run through. Yeah. just he flows so beautiful. Obviously better than me, but he just flows so nice, and just the production, the sampling, the lyrics. LA Boombaye, 2 Chainz had a nice verse on there too, but we're not going to wrap all this. This would take too much time and it'd be distracting. I'm not going to long-wind the video here, but this was a very beautiful album. I liked it. Yeah, I recommend. Jesus Peace was a nice concept, told a nice story, and yeah, you'll love it. On to the next album, the Red Album. This is a 3-year anticipated album from the game, since it's LAX album. Before a game, no one took the game seriously. But then when he came through with the Red Album, they put just so much money on this. It seemed like people were the game's good graces lyrically. People just loved the game. Just the budget spent on this was just, the production was just so beautiful. Man, let me tell you, the producers, 1500 or Nothing, Boy Wonder, Cool and Dre, Dirt Pate, DJ Don Cannon, the affiliates, nigga, holla at your boy, DJ Khalil, DJ Premier, of course, the Futuristics, Hit Boy, J.R. Rodham, of course, Lamar Mars, Edward, Maestro, Pharrell Williams, obviously Pharrell Williams, and Street Runner, with the features being Beanie Single, Big Boy, Chris Brown, Drake, Dr. Dre, E40, Jeezy, Kendrick Lamar, Lil Wayne, Lloyd, Mario, Nelly, Furtado, Rick Ross, Sly Jordan, Snoop Dogg, Tyler the Creator, and Wale. This was just so much theme. Game talked a lot about gangsterness, his mother, he talked about the blood gang affiliations, Compton lifestyle, the birth of one of his seeds for his wife passed away, or the woman that gave birth to the child passed away. Some of the samples were just amazing, the instrumentals. With my favorite one, obviously The City, Martians versus Goblin, Red Nation with the hook, Lil Wayne's hook, Blood the fuck up, every day's a gamble, motherfucker, tough luck. Oh my god. Speakers on Blast being my favorite one from the production and the flow. Hello being my favorite one. The City was my favorite one too. So I have 3 favorite tracks: All the Way Gone, Pot of Gold, Born in the Trap, and Mama Knows by Nelly Furtado, obviously. But let me just get right into it. I had 3 favorite albums on this one. 3 favorite tracks, and that's Speakers on Blast, The City, and Hello. And that's not without giving Kendrick Lamar, credit for rapping this. Like I said, you think I hate Kendrick Lamar, that couldn't be further from the truth. I just have my reasons that he's just not the only lyrical one out there. He's just really good at what he's done. He's got the Aftermath promotion. But that doesn't mean that Kendrick is not a bad lyricist, a bad artist. I dislike him, but once again, selective here when I make my lyricist of the modern era videos. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to give Kendrick some light. And right now, his verse, Game's verse off The City was amazing. So, without further ado, let me tell you, just the lyrics off both of them. First, let's give Game his props right now. And that is oops, wrong one. Alright. I gave you documentary. Shit, what's a classic? Gave you Doctor's Advocate. You ripped it out the package. Came with LAX. Since critics said it was average, I was stressed the fuck out. Torn between Aftermath and Geffen. Interscope. Now I got you Interscope. Spill the red ink on the paper. It's like my pen is broke. And what you been waiting for? I'm lost angel. knocking on Satan's door. What the fuck y'all take me for? I love you cause you hate me more. I'm Kobe on the Lakers floor, except I give you 84. Shake you like it's Hades floor. Walk up on you like, what's going on, baby boy? Shots in that Mercedes store. Either I'm crazy or the black Slim Shady, or could that be the reason that baby said he would pay me more? But I still owe Jimmy one more album, the best that the West has ever seen. No disrespect to Calvin. Oh my god. Tyler the Creator had just a good verse on there too. But let's give Kendrick a little bit of a shine here. Recognize my life, ridicule my fight. Give me fuel for the fire burning when I yearn these lights. In the midst of the hieroglyph, my fingertips start to write. Get familiar with caught right, cause I want that shot. I'm a raging bull when the needle drops. For the record, I'm a record. Even if the record don't pop, I'ma tie a knot on the downtown building. Let it toe behind me tell them they can find me in the dark with this ghetto children. Look at my heart, nigga, fuck your feeling. This is me, Kendrick, and I wear pendant on my shoulder. Soldier like a lieutenant, and the coupe tinted got pulled over. Thought I always lock a nigga down, knowing damn well we don't want to see the box like Manny Pacquiao. Little nigga Mayweather side, right like pocket his product of life is now my radar. Till the federal come through and radar. Reminiscing when the LA radar was in my home, snap back, fitted on my uncle's dome, and I don't condone dick riding. And I'm addicted to the west side, and living in the city where the skinny niggas die and the semi-bullet fly, burn it turn to a lion. Trying. And I mean that shit. Game come through, put a titty on his back, and I was in the city with the nigga had seen that shit. Compton, a nigga gotta screen that shit. Never went commercial, never team screen that. Compton, nigga gotta screen that shit. Never went commercial, never screen. One more time. Compton, a nigga gotta scream that shit. Never went commercial, never TV screen that shit. Can't block on the screen of that. Can't block. Goodness gracious. Hold on. Cut. Kendrick, and I wear pendant on my shoulder. Soldier like a lieutenant, and the coupe tinted got pulled over. Johnny always like a nigga down now. Johnny always like a nigga down, knowing damn well we don't want to see the box like Manny Pacquiao. Little nigga Mayweather side, ride like Pac in his prime. Thug life now is on a radar, till the Fed come through and radar. Reminiscing when the LA radar was in my home, snapback fitted on my uncle's dome, and I don't condone dick riding. I'm addicted to the west side and living in the city where the skinny niggas die and the semi-bullets fly. Burn it to me, turn to a lion. Try, and I mean that shit. Came through and put the city on his back, and I was in the city where the nigga had seen that shit. Compton, a nigga got scream that shit. Never commercial, never TV screen that shit. Can't block it or screen that shit. Now everybody's singing that shit. Oh my god, man. Kendrick just did it for that verse. But Game, in my opinion, his delivery was just as good. Now, I'm not going to say Game did a better job. Let's just say Kendrick did a better job for the fans out there. But you can't tell me Game didn't snap on that. You know what I mean? That's up to y'all. If y'all thought who had the better voice, let me know, you know. With that being said, let me give Big Boy his props from Speakers on Blast. You know what I mean? With that being said, nope. Oh man, it just sounds so better when the song's there, you know what I mean? Daddy, hold on. Daddy fat sacks, if my balls are on your chin, then you can tell me when my dick's at. Gag order, ghetto head, hunter head, busted through the chit chat. Skip to my loo, my darling, bring that thunder, I'm the lightning that strikes right, motherfucker. Call me master, cause I runs the plantation, and I'm whooping niggas' asses if they disrespect the presentation. Below the Mason-Dixon, we facing the bases, never missing pimpin'. You can embrace it or come face to face with total devastation. My mojo is never fading, I'm an Optimus Prime, transform, switch it up, heat it up, the speed it up. That means it's gone. Light years of ahead of your buzz, toy stores and clubs gone. Boy, gone. The AT aliens are phoning home, but I feel like librarian cause styles are being loaned out like books. In a castle full of corporation and pillage, they'll do anything for money, I bet, misleading the village. The boys want the speakers on blast. Don't turn me down, turn me up, let the music... No, I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm gonna get too into it. Then I'm gonna start flowing. No, but with that being said, 10 minutes and all, Red Album is one of Game's best albums, I'll say that, and his resurface of his career. Now, let's go to the top 3, shall we? Number 3, we have the sequel to the documentary. It's a double disc, 10 years after the original documentary came out. Most people don't go into sequels intending too much because people think it's a way to just sell their records. But in this one, Game delivers. This is Game's first album with E1, I believe. It's an independent label where Game, and in my opinion, it's easy for people like Meek Mill to say he's only going to sell a couple of thousand the first week. But when you're independent and you sell a couple thousand the first week, that's good because you get money off of it. You know what I mean? You're not really giving too much promotion. Game overdid this, and this time I'm going to give credit to everyone that did this album because it is a lot. Alright, with the production we have The Alchemist, amazing producer, Bangladesh, BC Beats, Boy Wonder, Bongo the Drum God, Cardo, Caviar, Cool and Dre, DJ Battlecat, DJ Khalil, DJ Mustard on a Beat, DJ Premier, DJ Quick, a lot of DJs here, Fred Weck, The Futuristics, The Game himself, surprisingly, Hit Boy, Jahil Beats, Jelly Roll, B-Baby aka Johnny Giuliano, Kent Jones, Kevin Bivona, Kid Planet, The Mechanics, Mike Will made it, Nostradamus, I'm assuming that's not Nas, that is Nas, S1, Skrillex, obviously, Stat Quo, Street Runner, THX, yes, I'm talking about, you put the video in, you hear, yeah, that THX, Tone Mason, Travis Barker, thank God he's back to producing, and Will.i.am. The producers of this album I give these people the credit for making this double album as beautiful can be, with the music, this California sound that they're trying to give to us. It was just that much of a beautifulness to it. The features were a bit unnecessary on this album. That's the only complaint I have on the documentary 3. I felt like the Game didn't need so much, but some of them did deliver, with them being Absol, AD, Anderson .Paak, Asia Bryant, Busta Rhymes, Dion, Dej-Loaf, DJ Quick, Drake, Dr. Dre, E40, Eric Bellinger, Fergie, Future, Ice Cube, J305, J-Rock, Jelly Roll, as if J-Rock ever needed to be on this album, Big Baby, Joe Moses, John Colley, Justice, Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, King Miz, Little Eazy-E, Lil Wayne, Meek Mill, Miak, Mitchy Stick, Mervis, Buck, Nas, Problem, Puff Daddy, Q-Tip, RJ, Scarface, Schoolboy Q, 7 Streeter, Shasha, Scheme, Skrillex, Snoop Dogg, Kanye, Stacey Barth, Trey Songz, Ty Dolla $ign, Will.i.am, and YG. Now usually I don't talk about the writing credits because there's just so many, but I'm going to say all of this because the writing credit, there are 83 writers on this album. The writing credit is given to 80 people, and I want you to know the ridiculousness, and I want to give all the people the writing credit for who made this album because it's just so funny. Starting with Absol, AD, The Alchemist, Anderson .Paak, Asia Bryant, Bangladesh, Barbara, Accolade, BC Beats, Boy Wonder, Bongo the Drum God, Busta Rhymes, Cardo, Caviar, Chris, THX, Goodman, Cool and Dre, not lying, Cool, and then there's Cool and Dre, Dion, Dej-Loaf, DJ Battlecat, DJ Khalil, DJ Mustard, DJ Premier, DJ Quick, Drake, Dr. Dre. Yes, Drake wrote his rhymes on this album too. For all those Drake fans that say that Drake doesn't write his rhymes, Dr. Dre, E40, Eric Bellinger, Fergie, Flippa, Frederick, Future, The Futuristic, The Game, Hitboy, Ice Cube, Illa, the producer, Jay Brun, Jamal, Jahil Beach, J305, J-Rock, Jelly Roll, Big Baby, Joe Moses, Johnny Giuliano, John Connor, Justice, Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, Ken Jokes, Kevin Bahova, King Miz, Little Easy E, Lil Wayne, Meek Mill, The Mechanic, Cock, Will Made It, The Mitchie, Slick, Marcus Bluck, I fucked his name up, I don't care. Nas, Nostradamus, okay, they're two different people. Pops, Problem, Puff Daddy, Q-Tip, RJS1, Scarface, Schoolboy Q, 7 Thomas, 7 Streeter, Shasha, Scheme, Skrillex, Snoop Dogg, Sonye, Stacy Barstack, Quo, Street Runner, Tarek Azu, Stone Mason, Travis Barker, Trey Songz, Tight Sign, Will AM, and YG. 83 people on this damn album. That is ridiculously long, and that's why it's not higher on this list. I wanted it to be my favorite over Documentary 1, but this album was just too damn long. And that was the only setback, is you feel that it's a long album. The only reason why it's so high is just the California feel and the production, which from Up on the Wall, they had that DJ Mustard beat, was just amazing. You know, just the California feel was just beautiful. I mean, come on, Diddy over there talking about some, man, the only color that's gonna matter in that is that motherfucking green, motherfucker. Sorry for cursing. And Diddy didn't even rap. Well, in this case, he did us all a favor. But just the album was just good in the sense of beauty, production, telling a nice concept, telling a nice story, told a nice story, like, you know, with the tracks being Step Up, Dollar in the Dream, Summertime. Dollar in the Dream is my favorite one on the first album. No, I lied. Sorry, Top Dog fans. Dollar in the Dream is my favorite track, just not my favorite track. Summertime, Moolah, Documentary 2, New York, Just Another Day, and L.A. Just Another Day and L.A. were my favorite tracks. With Snoop Dogg talking about some Big Blue ragged tiptoe tagging. I actually liked that verse. I thought it was funny. But for the most part, for the first disc, L.A. and Just Another Day were my favorite. The second album, Magnus Carlsen, The Concept of Chess Games, Gangbang, was beautiful. You know, J-Rock had an outstanding verse. I can't believe I said that. Anyways, from Adam, Gang Related is my favorite one. Quick's Groove, Up on the Wall was another good one right there. Ride Solo, Do It To You, and the soundtrack, and El Chapo. The soundtrack featuring Meek Mill, of course. This album was just great. The features. I had 3 favorite ones because I just didn't want to give it to J-Rock. But there was J-Rock. There was a guy that did The Homies. The Homies in the game. No, I'm not gonna do that. But then there was also there's another verse from there. Who? Oh shit, my head's killing me. Oh, it was Problem from Up on the Wall. I can't. I know the game had I had a favorite verse from the game on Step Up. And yeah, you know, it is what it is, but I didn't put Kendrick's On Me on that list. Kendrick had a nice verse. Yeah, I put 100 on there over On Me. Stop Crying. Just the beat, the sample was just amazing. Just everything on this album just so great. But let me give my respect to Step Up, the lyrics. Like, Dej Loaf at the end wasn't necessary, but hey, she wants the credit, she got it, I guess. But let's get to the first one, shall we? Of Step Up. Oh my god. I'm from the home of the malt liquor, talk slicker, with guns spark quicker. I'm fraud niggas, them niggas better walk with you. Take the long way home, my fingers itching and the bear so long. The Pinocchio's nose on my list of foes grow. Cats are clothes, airtight like Mr. Cole's cornrows. Exposed rap niggas take hoes from rap niggas. Never said shit when they see me, get your toe tag, nigga. The Compton lyricist, you niggas can't get with this. Used to tap Dre on the shoulder like, nigga, come hear the shit. He thinking he's slick and shit. Nigga sweeter than licorice. Los Angeles God, we mob like Infamous. Ain't from Queensbridge or Brooklyn, but we done shook one. Bullets, I done took some. Crack, I done cooked some. Don't you stand there when you look dumb. It ain't no honor amongst Steve. Especially when the hook come lives. I done took some. And that's just how it goes. Now let me talk to Gangbang Anyway, because Gangbang Anyway, the beat was amazing. Schoolboy Q and J-Rock, they do their thing, and just like I said, what frustrates me is this: they got pretend they're just as good as Kendrick. Kendrick has the fans, but I feel like Schoolboy Q, Absol from Dollar in the Dream, man, let me give Top Dog Entertainment the credit, you know what I mean? Because I feel like Absol deserves, you know, and Schoolboy Q did his thing, but J-Rock and Absol, they deserve the credit, and it's just like, you know, they were just as good. They did better features than Kendrick on Me. You know what I mean? So let me give the credit where credit is due, because I feel like this is deserved. You know what I mean? And I started with $1 and a dream. Started with $1 and a dream and a pistol on a corner rag hanging, slinging crystals. I said, you gang banging, let me see credentials. And when I pull this gun out, you know how this goes. Started with $1 and a dream. Look at me now, look at me now. I was fathered by the bastards, part of my mannerism. The Curtis that managed without the metal with him. How the hell he did it? I let God live it. I put it unlit with. I ain't lying one sentence. Bitch, it started with $1 and a dream. He went from helping old ladies with the groceries at Alpha Beta for a couple quarters to baby hustling something major. We had to grow up sooner or later, but I'm so Del Alamo. My mama stay off Anna Lee. Carson's across my belly. I proved you lost already. Rocket, my big brother, Bishop the floor. The door cracked. Gabe took me on the fourth tour, and I look where we at in the studio, getting paid to reflect on that documented true facts. Not to mention that this documentary too. You do enough. You do the addition to ballerina shoes. Enough with the clever raps. It's more important than that. I put the city on the map, nigga. Yeah, I really put the city on the map. I mean, when's the last time you heard Carson on the track, nigga? Let alone when they calling out stopping grounds on the west. I'll wait. Yeah, that's what I thought, nigga. I'm the best, nigga. This the new west, nigga. Respect is top dog. All I'm missing is the red hat. But I don't question what my pockets I had left in my handkerchief. My guilty by affiliation in many ways, gangster. But let me explain something. The paradox you made. I threw all of the fresh Supreme Chuck Taylors today. And then I got call for Chuck Taylors. I'm saying the game ain't changed. We're still changing the game. So, you mean to tell me, why ain't people messing with Top Dog? I mean, J-Rock had a nice verse too. I mean, you know, And you hear a gangbang anyway. Schoolboy Q's verse was good. J-Roll, he sounded like he was hungry. He was hungry. So let me pull out him and Game's lyrics. The beat change on the song was just so much that I could handle. B's in them AIDS tats on faces. Glock with extendos, chopping up the hood. Throw the 80 out the window. The chopper make it limbo. Gotta keep the antennas up, moving down central. Young niggas with them skinnies, moving up with them semis. Catch your ass leaving the club, murk you at Denny's. Squeeze till it's empty. It seems so unreal till the gunfire got you using tables up as a shield. East side, west side, niggas get some chast side, dropping like they fruit fly. We all know who died. We all know we all go on Insta and get the whole rundown. A 15-second clip until he put the gun down. No OGs who took more shots like diabetic. Had the map paint your face like cosmetic. Chucking up big ass bees in my fetish. The type of shit that make you go crazy if I let it. Niggas got them zippers, wheelchairs, and prosthetics. Though we still gang bang anyway. Just the way that just went into the hook. The Schoolboy did that hook, man. And then the game came through. 100 days, 100 nights, nigga. Like the K scream till the red and blue lights, nigga. From the Hoovers to the 100, nigga. From Kelly Park to Bound 800, nigga. Watch out for the shooters. Same age kids in Iraq now. LA Chirac now. Funerals is packed now. Preachers at the pulpit. Jesus in the background. Grandmother got shot walking out of church. How that sound? Niggas don't really like it, but we grew up in it. City's angels, belly of the beast, get chewed up in it. Started as Black Panthers, everything power, everything pro-black. Started up to unify the FBI, know that. A little coke sprinkled on the table, but there wasn't no crack. False imprisonment, Huey P. Geronimo Pratt. Now close your eyes, listen to me, your mind go back. Putting the shade together under the boat, that's a Kodak. And it's Tuesday, it's Thursday, let me hit you with the throwback. Stolen identities, God left us here without LoJack. Forced to find ourselves, forced to break out of the chains. God is tired of getting hanged, so we started a gang. Tookie William, Crip, Sylvester Scott, Blood, 72, LA Little County caught a slug. And not the first time a Crip ever killed a Blood. Now the shit's worldwide, it is what it was. We know the history, we know the shit could end any day. Though we still gang bang anyway. Just 20 minutes reviewing the album. I'm not even done. I know Problem did a verse Up on the Wall, and then I can't remember whoever. I gotta know the guy. But the person that ripped the verse, just like, he did a great job. He did an amazing job on the homies. The homies in the cut the song E. Oh my god. Man, where are them lyrics, man? I'm trying to see who I still don't know. Oh, my flag, the homies. Oh, here we go. The homie AD, that's his name. He also did Don't Come to LA on the first track. 80 knows to rip beats, so I gotta give 80 that credit. It was just so nice. You know, how does it go? The homies in Cutlass on E. Niggas turned up, we bout to hit the streets. The homie on probation, make him sit up in the back. We bout to hit the weed spot and get another back. I said the homies on Cutlass down at E. Down for whatever, cause the homies roll deep. Finger on the trigger, bandana around the back. Ride through the hood with a cup full of yak. I'm a real Compton Crip. I hope you niggas get the message. Leave them 16s opens, I make them look bad on records. Chuck told me I'm good now, I'm headed down to Setters. After that, straight to the hood where Santana's holding down the heaters. Look, sagging down the A-line. Wait, hold on. I gotta do it right. I'm a real Compton Crip, so I hope you niggas get the message. Leave them 16s open, I make them look bad on records. Chuck told me I'm good now, I'm headed down Setters. After that, straight to the hood where the Tanners hold them heaters. Look, sagging down the A-line, what fuck it to playtime. Hit my first tour, I was still checking them gang signs. Homie still cooking them cops, hopping on K9. Lot of rappers saying my name, nigga don't say mine. The homies in Cutlass on E. Some banging in the C, some banging on the P's. I'm really in the streets, you other niggas is weak. All my mama in the hood, fuck around, you rest in peace. Especially when the homies on Cutlass on E. Let me get to the hook. AD, man, I gotta know who he is, cause he goes in, you know, and all that. So yeah, one of my songs. But with that being said, cause I said 20 minutes on his album, dissecting both tracks. I hope y'all enjoy. It's time to go to number 2. This is Game's second project, number 2, and E1 Records. 1992 is Game's recent record. The old school beats from Flavor Flav, Ice Cube rapping, Raekwon, you know. The feature just productions by Bongo Way, Bongo the Drum God, the Chemist Creates, Cool and Dre, JP did this one, Phonics Beat, Scott Storch, Terrence Martin, Tycoon, and Willpower. Short, I mean, the credit is short. The Game, Jason Derulo, Jeremiah, Osby Chilled, Raekwon, and Scott Storch. Same features, by the way. So, a lot of credit. Game actually had a lot of focus on this record. Yes, this was hard, putting Documentary 2 on 1992. Who was number 2? 1992 is so high because this is an example of quality beating quantity all the time. Game just had so much on Documentary 2 that it just could not be that good. It could not be that better than 1992. Songs may be better, I'd listen to it more, but 1992, Game still got his points across from the decade of the 90s. Talking about the Rodney King incident. Not gonna name any lyrics, even though there are some. But just so much beauty in this album. Sampling was good, with my favorite tracks on here being True Colors, It's On, featuring Osby Chill, Bompton, The Juice, Young Niggas, my favorite, Soundtrack, my favorite. I grew up on Wu-Tang, Baby You, 92 Bars, and All Ice featuring Jeremiah. Just the album just stood out, and it was very listenable, and you'll like it. And that's just literally 2 minutes describing how great the album was. I mean, like I said, it's another concept album too. Is it his greatest documentary? Not necessarily, but I put it higher just because, in my opinion, it just felt like the Game focused the album on him and less on features, and I like that. With that being said, let's get to number 1. I think it's obvious everyone knew that Documentary 1 was going to be the number 1 album, probably on everyone's list. I mean, how couldn't it be? It's a classic. It's an instant classic. I mean, this is the driving force for reviving the West Coast hip hop scene because there hasn't been a serious hip-hop artist since Exhibit back in 2001, and before that, mainly Snoop Dogg was the legendary guy. Exhibit was supposed to be the legend, but he couldn't really do that. Snoop Dogg was the legend in California, the last one we ever had for a while, and the game came out with this and just did it for us, you know? Like, this, literally, so many people before that. You got the East, the New Yorkers, the Midwesters, you got people in the South before '05 blowing up, that the West Coast never really did too much until Game came out, and then after Game, there really wasn't another West Coast artist after him, and until 2009ish, when Kendrick, Tyler the Creator, Dom Kennedy, and a lot of other West Coast acts started blowing up, and it was just great, with the features being 50 Cent, Busta Rhymes, Dion, Eminem, Faith Evans, Marsha Ambrosius, Mary J. Blige, Tony Ayo, and Nate Dogg, rest in peace. It just, so, the writing credit, not gonna say it there, not really much, but, the production credit goes to Scott Storch, Dr. Dre, Kanye West, Havoc, Cool and Dre, Just Blaze, Mike Alonzo, Buck Wild, Shea Pope, Jeff Basker, Louis Resto, High Tech, Mark Baston, Needles, and Timbaland. Just the album from everything, with the tracks being West Side Story, Church for Thugs, Dreams, No More Fun and Game, and my favorite one, Like Father, Like Son. And there's so many tracks that he did with 50 Cent that I liked, like How We Do, the Club Bangers. Put You in the Game was my favorite, but that one was ironically released right when Game was released from G-Unit. He was shouting out G-Unit a lot on that track. Tony Ayo was my favorite verse. They ain't Nelly, but my Desert Eagle on Girl, Just Jump Bell. That was ironically, Running had a nice G-Funk beat to it. Like Father, Like Son, Busta had a nice hook. I didn't really like Father, Like Father, Like Son 2, but Like Father, Like Son 1, just the beat connected with me, and I loved it. And this will forever be a classic, for the Game's career and just the West Coast. The Game is really a predecessor to some of these newer West Coast cats, including Kendrick Lamar. And, I don't know what you want me to say. This is just a great album altogether. And you get a lot of Eazy-E, you get a lot of Ice Cube references. Dr. Dre, that's the only thing I don't like about the album. Too much ass kissing. We get it. You love these people. But you love the people from the West Coast. It doesn't hurt to tone it down a notch, JCon. But it was just that good of an album that, like I said, I wanted Documentary on 1992 to beat Documentary 1. I listened to them like, I listened to these albums, man, I'm thinking this could be better than Documentary 1. I listened to Documentary 1, I said, nope, this album is too much on a different lane. It can't be like this. That's just how it is. But with that being said, that has been all of Game's reviews. If you see some of the brief reviews on Instagram, this is my longer reviews, my long-winded ones. I'm just getting new to this review stuff. Maybe I'll get better over the years. But until then, I did my notes on this, so I write down everything I could do. But with that being said, this is Shake Master J signing off with a crotch grab. Peace.